Hello.
Hi, Jane. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Okay, now I can hear you. Can you hear me? Jane.
Okie dokie. Hi, Emma.
Hi, Julia. Hi, Maria. Nice to see you. Hi, Jane.
Hi.
Hi, Katrina.
Hi, Emma.
Thanks for coming on.
Mm-hmm.
Just waiting for everyone to come on. Jane, where are you from, Jane?
Malanda.
From Malanda, of course. Yeah, it's good to see you. Hi there. Hi there. Maria here is from Mariba. She's one of our mothers from Mariba. Mandy's just coming on. Katrina is from Cairns.
Hi, Katrina.
Hi.
Hello.
Quite a few people, quite a few of our mothers, they didn't really have Zoom. Some of them didn't have Zoom, so they just got Zoom for the first time. So, but yeah, I guess they'll all come on in their own time. Hi, Julia. Hi, I can't hear you. But that's, yeah, hi, Fran. Fran. Hey.
Hello.
So Emma,
Yes.
it's Julia here, and I just thought I should introduce you to Rod. So this is Rod. He's my other mother.
Oh, hello, Rod.
We're a mother together.
You're a team. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Are you Julia from Mount Sheridan?
I'm Julia from Mount Malloy and
Mount Malloy. Okay.
And Miller as well. So
And
Rod's in
Miller.
Miller and I'm in Malloy, so we're between the two.
Okay. Oh, it's awesome to meet you. It's good to put a face to the name. Finally. Hi, Karen. Karen, and Karen is you're from Tasmania, Karen.
Yes, yeah.
Tasmania. So good to meet you. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I think most of you know my husband, Alan. He's just down here at the bottom.
Hi, Alan.
Yeah. And Mandy's on. Mandy, we can't see you or hear you.
I can hear you, but I can't get the camera to work yet. We're still trying to figure it out.
Mandy,
how you going?
Mandy's from Kuranda. Hey, Mandy. Thanks for coming on.
No worries. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
That's good.
Okay,
hello,
so
everybody.
We're waiting on quite a few more people, but I think I'll just get started. I'm going to record this so I can send it out to everyone, so it doesn't really matter who. We've got some people who will be coming on just for a few minutes and so on. So yes, I want to thank you all for coming on tonight. This is the beginning of something really big. I think we can all feel that. Tonight I've got some special guests. Katrina is one of them, and we're waiting for a few of the others. They're very, very good friends of ours. They're some of the smartest, most powerful women that we know, and they're really committed to bringing freedom and unity to this country and integrity. And so they're going to be just saying a few words in a little while about what they see, also from a political, what's happening with the elections right now, but really speaking from their heart regarding what they see, the solution for Australia, what the solution is going to be for this country. Only this week have I actually started to actively promote this project. So far, it's kind of just been word of mouth and, you know, just connecting with people who come into our cafe and connecting with friends of friends. But just this week, I've started to actively promote it. What I can do is I realized that the key to having this project take off are the mothers. Being a mother is the most is the highest honor that can be bestowed on anyone. And in our society, the mothers are not, the power of the mother is just not recognized. We have a lot of the male power, and it comes through in politics and in the corporate world and in the financial world. But the mothers hold an incredible power. And it's in coming together that I feel the healing will come to this world and to this land of Australia. As mothers, we all understand each other. We all have children, whether they be our own children or they be our communities and the people we love, and the earth itself, Mother Earth itself. And during this time when the frequency of Mother Earth is rising, there is a real opportunity for us to all connect with each other and and create something quite extraordinary. So I'm really excited to have you all here. Thank you so much for coming on. So I just wanted to start just by introducing some of the new mothers that we have. Mandy, are you sure you can't get your camera to work? Karen, could you tell us a bit about what's happening where you are and where you see your place within the Human Family Project? And would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. I've recently returned back to Tasmania after 7 years in the Northern Rivers. Had lived in Tassie for 28 years. I feel like we went away to become different people, to come back to Tasmania as different people. I am very passionate about the community. I think the community is going to be everything as we move forward with the changes that are happening. I don't want to talk about what's coming already. You know, with the changes that are coming in the world, it's going to be our communities that are going to be our foundation, our strength. It's the way we're going to be able to look after each other. And I've been involved in various projects over the years with mixed success, but I think that was part of my learning. Some people are not ready to be in, well, not ready, but I've learned a lot about how we create our communities, and and when I saw the link to the family project, one of the things for me so I do a lot of healing work and earth work, and I'm a geomancer and an architect, but one of the things about the family project compared to a couple of other meetings I've been to recently in Tasmania is it's also practical. Like, how are we going to take care of each other? Who's got what skills? Who can contribute? What do we need? What do you need? What do they need? What does that business need? And so, there's something about, we need the magic and we need the groundedness. We need to support each other, and we need to be able to take that support that we gather in here back out into the community to support our communities. So,
thanks, Karen. It's so lovely to meet you. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.
Thanks.
Jane, did you want to just quickly introduce yourself and talk about where you see where you fit in the Human Family Project, what opportunity you see here with it?
I'm not really sure. So I'm Jane. I'm in Malanda. I've just been looking after the Malanda Stand in the Park. And I've made some nice connections there. I guess I'm really looking to see how I can strengthen the connections, because at the moment it's a little bit lax.
Yeah, am I right in saying are you a midwife and a homeopath? Is that you? I'm
not a midwife, no, I'm a homeopath.
I remember seeing you speak in Tarzali. You were brilliant.
Yeah, and I used to be a radiographer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay then. Okay. Well, it's really good to connect with you. And talk to you. Yeah, because I haven't. Yeah, it's a long time ago that I saw you in Tarzali, and it's great to have you with us. Thank you so much for coming on.
Right.
Fran is just new.
I'm in Cairns. Can you see me?
Yeah, in Cairns. Yes, there you are. I can see you now. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm in Cairns, and I'm originally from Germany, so I don't have any family here. So basically connecting with people and doing your own tribe already took, I would say, really off when I went to the first Reddies last year.
Yeah.
And we kind of already started our little group with people I met from there, because you could see that it was going one way and other people were going the other way. And so, yeah, it was great to have people that were thinking the same and looking for the same. And I worked as a support worker in mental health and disability, and I lost my job in mid-December. And now I just started on my own as an independent, which is great, because there are people out there that want people that are not taking it, let's just say. And they were all awesome as well. Their own little group too that are really fully awake. So yeah, you just stumble from one little group to the next kind of thing, and with all of them, we helped already each other with everything for quite a while now. So it's just happened already, basically. But now having it more official and do it in a really organized way, that if things hopefully not happening, but if they do,
yeah,
then you can really do the telephone chain and really say, hi, you know, I have something happening here. I need people to back me up, or, you know, something serious if it's hopefully not happening, but yeah. So yeah, great idea. And yeah, so the people I'm already connected with, they're all full on power people, and it's been fun actually.
Thanks so much, Fran. We're so good to have you with us, because we didn't have many mothers in the Cairns area. And it's so good to have you there, because now when I know someone who needs support, I can send them to you. Yeah, and to there's a few other people. It's not just you. So but it's so good to have a network that's growing there. Just last night there was a lady in Mariba who needed help, and she called us, and she was in a bit of a bad way, and it was just amazing to be able to. I connected to Conrad, you know, in Mariba. And he was awesome. He just went there, they resolved the issue. And it's just having people who have a heart and who just know how to deal with people. You know, it doesn't mean that we have more money than everyone. It doesn't mean that we're more, you know, way smarter than other people, but we have heart, and we recognize that the real wealth is in community right now. It's the real wealth is in community, not in anything else. This is the wealth of today. Yeah. Yeah, so thank you so much. Thank you so much, Fran, for joining us. It's so good to have you on the team. Thank you.
Oh, I have heaps of people that join already in my little group. It's, yeah, like Conrad, I don't know why he isn't online.
Yeah,
yet,
he said he was going to be here, but a lot of people said they were going to be on. I imagine they'll just trickle in, and, you know, it's all right. I'm going to record this, so it doesn't really matter. Anne-Marie, hi, welcome. Hey, good to see you.
Hi, everybody.
Anne-Marie is from Melbourne.
Yeah, Emma and I met at Cairns because my husband couldn't come home. He used to work at the oil rigs, and so he shipped us up there, and we did the whole 2-week quarantine. And we're in Cairns for 5 months, and just before school, my son wanted to come home to do the university here. And I wouldn't say it was a mistake, but because we left our house and we just sort of left with just suitcases. And I felt like I just sort of jumped ship, you know, and I thought maybe if I come back, we could talk to more people and get them more awakened. Anyway, yeah, we have quite a big group that haven't been vaccinated, or, I mean, some have, and that's fine, but more the awakening part of it. Yeah, so it's been hard. I mean, my family doesn't want to listen, but my friends, I've made some wonderful new friends, and even in Cairns. And so that's it. Yeah, that's my story. I'm still here. I think one day we'd like to come back, but yeah, we've just got to work out what to do with my son, because he's pretty stuck on staying. And because they grew up here, you know, they know their friends, they've got friends. But anyway, we'll see what happens. And but I think the main thing is that we have a community, and if anything goes wrong, I have people to rely on, and they can rely on us. We've stacked up a lot of food, and just recently bought a bread maker. Yeah, we've got a generator. Yeah, so
that's awesome.
Yeah, see what happens.
Thank you so much, Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie was when Anne-Marie was up here in Cairns, she was the kind of the leader of the Bossi group who supports Ricardo Bossi. So we went to some of their meetings, and you and Mario, her husband's called Mario, were just so inspiring, just so dedicated to making Australia a great country again. Yeah, thank you so much. It's so wonderful to have you with us, Anne-Marie.
Thank you. We're still supporting Bossy. We still have our meetings, and we've created a group here too. But I think they're all good. All the independents, most of them. Yeah,
so many good independents. Katrina is she's a great friend. She's married to Daniel, who's one of the candidates for UAP in Leichhardt. And they're a really wonderful couple. They've got 3 young boys like we do, and Katrina's got her own business. She's an incredibly talented artist, and I want to ask you, do you want to just say a little bit about yourself? Thank you.
Sure. Well, I met Emma and Alan because I kind of moved into the salon behind their cafe. And partly moved into their cafe as well a little bit on some days. And of course, I think you're drawn to people that that reflect you. And Ellen and Emma are like they're like me, so or I'm like them in certain ways. And so immediately fell in love. And so I work in Corand. I work as an activity supervisor for tracks. So it's kind of a government funded job. So it's kind of given me a different perspective on the government a little bit, as well as being new. The whole government thing is very new. In the last 2 years, I've never really been interested in politics that much, other than I don't know what directly is happening to me in my situation, and of course that they've moved in. So Dan last year, when people started talking about the election coming up and what could be done, and we had spent a year and a half complaining about the government. And Dan is he's a business coach, and he's worked with Tony Robbins. And one of the things that he says to people all the time is, don't complain about something unless you're willing to do something about it. If you're not willing to do something and you're complaining out of your mouth, it crushes your soul. Eventually it will crush you. If you can't do anything about it, then you've got to start thinking about it differently. And he tells this to people all the time, like, don't complain unless you're going to do something about it. Well, we just spent a year and a half complaining about the government. And he was like, one day he's like, okay, well, I have to do something. So he kind of had a look around, and there wasn't a party that fit us perfectly. There's no party available that is a perfect fit. And so we just picked one that we thought we would have a say in, and of course a Freedom Party. So he picked United Australia Party. He made a video, he sent it off. They've said, yes, you're our candidate for Leichhardt. And that's where this journey started for us. The journey to hopefully make all of your jobs as mothers null and void.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah,
if you could just take care of it all.
That's what I'm hoping. So we're 3 days out from the election, And we've been standing outside the pre-polling booths with flyers and just telling people, you know, please, please, please just vote the majors last and put those freedom parties at the top. We don't even care which freedom party you put at the top, at the very tippy top, but just get them all in there before everybody else. And we're just hoping and praying that everyone that we've talked to is actually doing it, because I'd say we've got a pretty good chance of getting one of us in if everyone who said they're going to do it does actually do it. So there's hope and there's a lot of energy behind it. And if we do, you know, if we do get in, even if it's not, of course, we want to get in, but even if it's not us, they're all kind of ready to help each other and be part of this solution. These, they've made friends. We're kind of, you know, we're kind of like our own family too, with, you know, everyone, you know, we're having fights here and there, and oh, that guy said that thing and that guy said that thing, but it seems like it's all settling down very quick, and we're realizing that it's like we know each other, we know what each other are about, and it doesn't matter what our parties have said that we have to do or whatever. We know what to do, you know, we know where we're going, and none of the freedom parties are going to compromise for Leichhardt anyway. We're all pretty settled with what needs to happen. So
that's awesome. That's what I love about you guys, is I know that no matter what the UAP party does, you and Daniel have integrity, and you would never stand for anything that's wrong. And so by voting you guys in, we know that in our area, no matter what the UAP party does, we have people of integrity who are going to speak for us. Yeah, we have quite a lot of friends who say that they're not going to vote because A, they think the system is corrupt, B, they think it's a waste of time, you know, C, they think it's not spiritual, or for whatever reason they have. And we've been telling them that whatever your views, it's important to exhaust all options. You know, yes, it's a possibility that it may be rigged or it might not, or whatever it is, but it is our duty to exhaust all the options, because like you said, it may all come together. You know, there may be enough of us to make this work this time if we put the majors last. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's a really important message. And Anne-Marie, do you have anything you want to say about the direction that Ricardo Bossi is going in? And what your thoughts are with regards to that, him being a solution, bringing a solution to Australia.
Well, we've got four in Melbourne candidates. I've got nothing in my area, but I'm going to Bendigo on the weekend to man the polls. And he hasn't got many, but I think like what Katrina said, I think we're just happy just to put the majors last. And, you know, I don't know about him. I don't know what he wants to do, but I know myself, I agree with Katrina. I just want the majors gone down there on the bottom. And, I like a lot of the parties that are running this year, like a lot of the independents and, UAP. And we've got Morgan in Melbourne. He's fantastic. With Monica.
He's great.
Damien Richardson is a really good one. Yeah, so hopefully something comes of it. But all I hear on the TV, not that I watch it very often, is just Labor and Liberal. It's like there's no other choices. And the ones that don't want to know, there's still a lot of people that don't care. They don't want to know. They're still, like we went letterbox dropping for one of our guys in Gorton, and we speak to the old men because they're the only ones that are home. Everybody else is working. And 2 out of 3 are still voting Labor. It's just like, don't you even, we hear in the last 2 years on what's happened here? And they're just like, one saying how educated he is because he's an engineer and, you know, but, you know, they're just oblivious. It just amazes me. But, yeah, so I'm just hoping there's more awake than asleep anyway. So,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Yeah. Well, you know, a friend of mine I just met her on the road now, coming home. We went out for a walk with the boys before coming on here, and she was talking to one of the Indigenous ladies from the Indigenous community here, Mantaka, and she said that more than half of them did not get the jab, which we had no idea about. We thought that, you know, and I think that we are misled often by the media into thinking we are a minority and we keep getting pushed down, but actually there are so many of us, many more, you know, are waking up. So I think it's actually it's an incredible time to be alive. Hi Mary, good to see you. Mandy, you got up on the screen. Hi Mandy, can you put your audio on? That's the next challenge.
Yeah, I know how to do
awesome.
that.
I wanted. This is Mandy. She lives in the same town up here in Kuranda where we live, and she's got a business. She's a business owner up here. She actually runs 2 businesses. She's like a power woman, and she has so much time and energy and love for her family. She's got like a massive family that's growing really fast. And I wanted to ask you, Mandy, can you just tell us a little bit about your family and how you're doing?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, how you going? Yeah, well, we've been going for a while now. So, and we started off first of all with a smaller group and just people that live around our area. And we sort of started meeting together and having like meetings. And then as we went along, a few more families around joined. So we've got like 6 families. Some of those families are quite large families with like 3 generations all that live together. So there is a few of us. And sort of we were having meetings to start with, discussing everything, what was going on and what direction we could go in, and sort of, you know, getting to know a little bit more about each other. We all, you know, kind of knew each other anyway, which was nice. So, but we've sort of progressed now, and we started off meeting like every week. And then as we went along, we started meeting every 2 weeks. And now what we do is like every 2 weeks, we like get together for dinner, and, you know, a couple of us will bring some food along, and then we'll sit there and have a chat. And if there's anything anyone's got to talk about, or anything important that's happening at the time, we'll talk about that. But we're sort of progressing on now to making sure everyone's got gardens in. And we've got all sorts of, you know, between everybody, we've got all sorts of different things growing. So, but we've also talked about what we've heard is that, you know, they'll ban gardens and we won't be able to have our own garden in our backyard. So we decided we'd start growing some things in the wild as well. So we've been planting things all over the place that don't look like they're a garden. So, you know, they're not going to be like noticed if that's what they're going to do. We don't know if that's what they're going to do, but we might as well, you know, have the precaution there to have something to feed us if we need to. So it's, you know, quite sort of casual now with, you know, how we all catch up on what we do. And then we also, like, you know, if anyone needs help, we try to support each other. Like if someone's sick or something, you know, someone might make them a pot of soup or something like that. Or, you know, you might go down and give them a hand at their place, because we're all on property up here. So sometimes you need help with different things like that. So, yeah. And of course, you know, we've had a few, you know, personality challenges along the way as well. So, but we've sort of, you know, we've worked through those and try and sort it all out. So, yeah, but I think, you know, it's really good, you know, what Emma and Alan started and what they've set up and everything. And how everyone works together, and the communication and the support that's around, and the number of people like around town all the time that know what's going on and stop and chat. Yeah, so, and like Emma was saying before about the Indigenous people, because there's quite a large Indigenous population up here, like I know a lot of them that know what's going on and haven't, you know, had the vaccination, and there's no way they're going to have it. So, which is really good. So yeah, there you go.
Thank you so much, Mandy. Thank you. I love it. I love it. You told me the other day how you guys have started, whenever you have some seeds or eat some fruit, you just throw it out of the window of the car so that there's going to be stuff growing everywhere. I thought that was like really simple solution, but great. Yeah. When I lived in Canberra, there was this really long street, and the whole way there was apple trees, like all different varieties of apple trees, and we could just go there. And I mean, there was all, obviously spray free, organic, just apples growing, and you could store them, for the winter and stuff. So it'd be amazing if we could recreate something like that. I mean, up here, it's totally possible with the climate that we have,
Exactly.
Why not? Thank you so much, Mandy.
Then we can help everybody else if,
Completely. Yeah.
Right.
We don't know what's coming, after the elections, but we've just been preparing,
Exactly.
We've been, just like we did a really big shop today, and we're just getting some big containers and like heaps of rice, beans, but like enough so that we can give to people who some people live week by week, so they might need help, just to have enough. It's good just to prepare anyway, for anything that comes.
That's right.
Errol. Julia and Rod, can you guys tell us a bit about yourselves there in Milla and how you're going?
Sure, who wants to start? Well, we'll start with Malloy, because I actually did volunteer to be a mother for Malloy, but we only had one family there, and they didn't really want to be involved at all. So we had them over, and we kind of sort of got a bit of more of a casual thing of what was going on, but that hasn't really grown. And it was just in speaking to you earlier this week that I'm going, we're kind of getting on what this is really about, and it's like, this is really exciting. So I'm in Malloy and Rod's in Milla, but we spend most of our time here at Milla, and so our community is very much based around syntropic farming. So we've both done the stewardship training on learning how to grow food. Rod's a farmer, so he knows how to grow food. I've been a city person and living on the land a bit, but I've learned from Headspace how to do it, and I'm sort of learning and getting right into it. And it's really exciting. So I'll let Rod talk about what we're kind of, how excited we're getting about it now, and how we're going to have this Sunday have all the people that we're thinking are like-minded, and to come over for a choco day, because we've got lots of chocos at the moment. So we're always going to cook some chocos and get everyone's recipes on how to do it, and forage and things like that. So from that from tonight we'll know more about it, to be able to sort of share that with our people. So, but I'll let Rod speak, because he's good at speaking. So,
well, good day, everyone. I'm from Africa, so I have experience of societies falling apart, and I also have military knowledge. I have run thousands of people from army through to farming, and it's just wonderful. I'm just growing food forest here, and other people are starting to grow food forests, so you just grow a lot of food in one place, just like more than the pigs can eat. And it's working, and there's communities around that, and given that we're in the farming, so we know a number of people here that are very like-minded. They've showed their commitment already, and they are going to all be invited to join the family.
That's so awesome, Rod. That's really great. Yeah, we've just got a designated gardening team here, but I think we need to come up and see you, what you're doing.
Yeah, I think
sounds like you have a lot to teach.
There's a lot of knowledge there. It's wonderful. You can grow literally things that are marginal in areas because it's supported by other plants, and it's a bit like we're going to do, support each other.
Yeah. So if you're not doing anything on Sunday around lunchtime, you're welcome to come.
Okay. I'll keep that in
Milla Falls.
Get to Milla Falls and give us a text or something. Well.
Okay. So that's where your property is, there in that area. Okay then.
Yep.
Thank you so much for the invitation. We very much appreciate it. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Anytime Sunday.
And
awesome.
the only, I didn't mention that sort of who I am and what I'm about, because you guys don't know who I am. But it's I'm trained as a holistic counsellor, and I've always just been a natural mother and networker. But my technical skills, I've kind of really gone off computers and all that kind of traditional kind of communication methods. So I might need some help with being able to do that side of things. But otherwise, that's me. I'm Julia O'Brien.
So it's so good to have you on board, Julia and Rod. Welcome to the family. It's awesome to know you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, got it.
Hi, Errol.
Hey.
Hey, Errol is actually just joined as a mother today. He's not far. He's from Mariba, and he's an ex policeman, and at the moment he's training the Indingi police force. Yeah, he also has many other skills, which I won't go into. But Errol, welcome. Do you want to say what your expectations are from the Human Family Project? What you see as a possibility?
Well, I haven't even had a chance to think about anything yet.
I know Fran got you on here.
Yeah, I just told Fran I'll back her all the way.
That's awesome.
Stand with her side by shoulder. I'll think of something in a minute. Give me a couple of minutes.
Okay then. Okay.
Cooking.
All right. I'll talk to Miri. Miri is she's been with us from the beginning. She's like our first mother in Cairns, and she's been very patient with us as we've kind of been figuring out what we're doing and how this project is going to work. Miri, do you want to introduce yourself? Say something. Yeah, she's a very strong lady. She's an awesome friend. Would you want to say something, Miri, about your family and how it's going and in Cairns?
We're mainly communicating via phones and Telegram group. It just seems to be really hard to get us all together. We started as 8 people, and now it's grown, I reckon, around the 25. And it seems that people, because there's nothing really urgent, or that's what it seems like. It seems like people sort of like floating, they're not quite committing. So we get a group on Telegram and we just communicate through there. We do see each other in very small groups, but it hasn't been like it started really strong, and then it seems like it's faded a bit. I don't know if it's because how Cairns is, we're pretty spread out, or just life is busy.
Like it's like that. We found that too, that because there's no pressure right now, the mandates were relaxed. A lot of people just go back to normal and they lose that. But the good thing is we're here and we're building something. So if people, like Al said to me the other day, I've got like 100 people on my email list for our family, and I was going to take some of them off that don't participate in that. And I actually did take them off. And then Al said, no, you want to leave them on because, just because they're not interacting, they're not participating, they do get your emails and they do know you're there. And there will come a time when if they need help, or, that they will connect. So I put them back on. Yeah. I think we've, Maria. Oh, and Miri, I wanted to introduce you to, where's Fran? To Fran. Fran is our new mother in Whitfield, so she's not far from you. So you guys can support each other.
Yeah, okay, sounds good.
Maria is a mother in Mariba, and she actually has been doing incredible work with the seed savers and the gardening groups. Because of her, they've been getting just so much interest. You've been having massive groups, haven't you, Maria, doing working bees and working together on gardens?
Yeah, it's been really, really successful. I just get really passionate when I think about growing food and sharing seeds and sharing food with other people. And I think that came from my beautiful mum when I was growing up. My parents were born in the 1920s, and mum used to always say to me, the reason we survived the Great Depression was because grandpa had a really big veggie garden, and mum used to share produce over the back fence with our neighbours. And so to see that happening when I was quite young, it really sowed seeds in my own mind and psyche about the importance of that. And I moved away from that for quite a long time in my life, but I found myself back in Mariba in 2017, and that's where Douglas and I have chosen to live, because we knew that we could grow a lot of food in a very short time frame. And so, yeah, I became part of the Seed Savers group, and I have really been promoting that. And we have a wonderful group that has happened as a spin-off from that, which is like a organic garden working bee group. And we've been doing that for about 12 months now. And at the moment, we're really focusing around Mariba as much as we can, helping people who either are time poor, or they may not have the knowledge or skills or equipment to put a garden in at their place. Tomorrow, we're actually doing another working bee for a beautiful lady who lives in a rental property, but she's very awake and she wants to be able to grow some food, but all she has is a patio. So we're actually taking the opportunity to invite people to come along to that and learn how to grow successfully in containers on a patio. And, you know, we've got some really very knowledgeable people in Mariba. You know, Michael and Lindy Alba have lived here for a very long time and are very, very skilled in their knowledge with all things, you know, food production, all that sort of stuff. So we're actually doing a bit of a workshop, just a free workshop for people to come tomorrow and learn how they can take that information back to their place. So we had another really great suggestion that came from one of the members of our Stand in the Park group, Ula Melkerson. So many of you know Ula. And Ula shared with us what it was like when her and her partner were on holidays in New Zealand a number of years ago. And they discovered that in Christchurch, after the earthquake had happened there, the community did their best to keep as many of the fruit trees that were still surviving, even though there were many, many buildings that were demolished. But, you know, you can go to the council or the information centre in Christchurch and you can get a map of the whole of Christchurch, and it will point out to you where all the fruit trees are. And so we're just in the beginning stages of doing that for Mariba.
Amazing.
Because there are a lot of fruit trees on verges in Mariba. And I know of a number of people who've got fruit trees in their backyard, but they actually don't really know what to do with them. And so we're just wanting to try and educate people as much as we can, because, you know, resilient, successful communities need to feed themselves. And so educating people about how to grow food is just such an important thing. So it's really great to hear other people talking about that as well. Yeah. What else are we doing? We've got a wonderful craft group that gets together every Tuesday in the Centenary Park. Myself and Ula, we had been part of the Mariba Art Society, but when all of the restrictions happened, with all of this craziness, we were no longer welcome. So we basically got thrown out of being members and weren't even allowed to be volunteers there. So we decided that we would start our own craft group, and it's actually now really wonderful because there's a very large group of people in Mariba with young children who are homeschooling, and so they come to the craft group every Tuesday between 9:30 and 12, and that helps all of the children to be able to have the time to learn all the different skills and things that they're learning through the homeschooling process. So there's a lot of really great stuff going on in Mariba, and we have a really awesome group of people, and it really does feel like family. It's just brilliant. Yeah.
That's so wonderful, Maria. Thank you so much for sharing. It's so wonderful to have you on our team. Yeah. I always feel good knowing that you guys are like down the road there, you know. So if I ever need anything, we can ask you guys. It's a really good feeling. And we've got Narelle on here. Narelle is from Narelle, have you got a video? Oh, I don't know. Maybe she's not there. Hi, Narelle. It's okay. Oh, hi, Narelle.
I'm just trying to get the video back up.
Oh, okay. Narelle is from Victoria. She actually lives in a small country town in Victoria, and yeah, she's got 3 kids, and she's incredibly resilient. Yeah, incredibly resilient. Hi, Narelle. So good to see you. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. It's exciting and it's great to hear it. I'm sorry I was a bit late.
That's okay. That's okay. It's okay.
I've heard a little bit of a few people's stories, and it sounds, you know, it's really inspiring and helps down here where we're all a little bit, oh, I don't know, good old Victoria. It's been an interesting ride. I know you all feel it in your own ways there too. I think that I'm flying under the radar here simply because I'm surrounded mostly by people who are not on our page. So, but I've been slowly gathering people. I met a family who were just blowing me away. They've come and lived with us. They had nowhere to go and they were looking for somewhere for 3 months. They were going to travel Australia and homeschool their son. And then they decided to stay put in winter. So they've come to my place and are living out on the farm. And they're very much interested in permaculture, gardening, and us doing something with the 30 acres that I've got. They're going to travel north at some point in the next 6 months, and then they want to learn a style of almost like a mud brick house building, so we can build some dwellings out in the paddocks is the plan. So I've just sort of starting to, it's a sort of a slow dawn. I'm probably one of those people that told you, Emma, not to take me off the email because I'm here and watching and participating and slowly growing people around me. But I have to just take that next step, and life has been, you know, extremely hectic with, as I said, under the radar. You still managed to get some work in. So it's been a very interesting time, and it's not my goal to stay in this space. But I do chuckle every time I get a shift at the bank. So, sorry, that's just my private thing. Like,
Narelle is a very talented chef. So she's an amazing caterer. She travels around. Yeah. So
I have had a lot of,
you know, you're always welcome up here if you need to get away from there. Yeah, always welcome. We'll look after you if you need somewhere to go. That's all right.
So,
Thanks. Yeah. Thank you, Narelle. Thank you.
Nice to meet everyone.
Errol, did you want to say something, Errol?
Yeah, okay, I'm a little bit down. I'm with you now. Yeah, well, everyone, like, as you said, you know, I was an ex-policeman. I was in New South Wales and in Brisbane, but at the moment, I'm a sworn-in Udingi Senior Sergeant, and my the thing I want to do more than anything is I walk the streets of Cairns and, you know, like Marie, because it's still in my area. My main objective is to see that the mums and the families and the children are safe in the street, and that's my main reason why I joined that. But as you know, Emma, I talked to a certain person, and I just heard the lady then talk about mud bricks, and I think I spoke to you about this when I was talking to you last, that I want to try and teach.
You did, and I've shared it. I've shared it with other people. How to
make these bricks.
Yeah.
And I've already spoken to the chappie involved, and he doesn't mind me doing it. But that's my main objective, is help mums, children, and I want to teach the children their rights. I left, as you know, most of the common law to Austin and Bernie, but with my objective is to help the children understand the law, understand their rights, and we're going to want to teach the children how to communicate with the police, because they get with the police, and a lot of kids, well, even adults, get quite frightened when they walk around with guns on their hips and all this bloody rubbish they carry. And I just want the kids to be able to relax, know their rights, and communicate, so they don't get frustrated with the law coming at them when quite often the law is wrong anyway. That's my
great,
objective.
Errol.
And I've spoken with Fran today. We're talking about starting up our own vegetables and that to share with everyone. I come off a farm when I was young, and I got the building background behind me as well. So I've got a lot that I can offer.
Thank you, Errol. It's so good to have you with us. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, it's great to have you, because I know you've got so many skills and you've been doing so much already for the community. Okay, well, I think yeah, I had a few things that I wanted to yeah, Al, did you want to say something? No. Oh, it says connecting to audio. Al's in the room over there, so he's gonna come over here. I just sit down.
Yeah, the purpose of this meeting was just for everyone to meet each other, and just to let you know that we all love you. We love you, and I know it's we're at that time, and well, a little bit about myself. All right, my mother died when I was 19, so she had stroke when I was 12. I looked after her before for 7 years while I was at school and things. So I didn't have a very good, enjoyable start. But so after she passed away, I was taught by ladies, these old ladies. And it was really good because I got to understand motherhood. And I realized how little I knew, so I kept learning of all these mothers, and that was my upbringing. And so when this happened, you know, I realized that my father taught me, you know, he was quite strict. He was a minister of a church, so it was one of those ones, you know, discipline. And but my mother had all that love, and it was because of her love and with my relationship with a lot of the older ladies, they taught me how to grow up properly, you know. So I was doing a lot of naughty things, and eventually I learned to grow up properly, you know, behave myself and do the right thing, you know, all that hard stuff. And then so when this project came along, it was, I realized by then that the male energy was pretty, you know, we needed to, as you can see in the political, you know, what's happening now, politics and, you know, all that religious stuff, there are boundaries, you know, and they created a lot of division. And so even now, you know, you can see it, but we're just playing the game right now. But the purpose of the United Human Family is just to bring us all together. Basically, it's just to unite us, and everything starts and ends with the heart. So that's what I'm all about. That's what the human family is all about. And I can see a shift happening. And I know we all know what's happening. We all know what's coming. We all know that the purpose of why we're here. And this is just a vehicle that we can use to make a big shift, to make a big change, I look at the children and I know we have to do something. And it has to, you know, generations from now, you know, I don't want my kids, I want them to have a better start than we did. Like with our families, our parents and our parents' parents, they've been conditioned a certain way. So this is why we're having this stuff right now, is because of the past. And we don't want to be asleep at the wheel. We want to, all right, this is where we're going to take over now. We're going to take care of business. And this is the reason for the families. And we're going to finish the game now. So we know they've been playing their game. And now it's time for us as the human family, united human family, as the mothers take up the mantle now. And it's with your power, with your strength, with your belief. With us together, we can do this, but we've got to do it together. And we all know that. And we can see right now, things may not look as positive as it seems, but I think with a lot of heart, we can do this together. And this is why I'm quite excited, when I see all of us mothers together. I know it's growing. There's a lot of mothers that they couldn't make it. But at the same time, I also know that those who are here, meant to be here, and we can do it together. Hey, Anne-Marie.
I'm back. I don't know what happened. My internet, I think my son might have cut it off. Sorry.
No, that's all right.
Thanks, Alan.
It's good to see my sisters, and I'm very proud, very happy. We always try to stay, positive, because we know as soon as you open the front door, you're going to get slapped with a lot of negatives. So we just make sure that we're, strong and Mum,
yeah.
You want to say anything?
Yeah, I'll just finish. Right. I think we're done. Well, I'm going to ask if anyone wants to share anything else.
Does anyone want to share anything else before we?
Yeah, I do. Hey, Alan.
Hey, sis. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thanks.
One of the things I wanted to mention, does everybody know about the different groups that, you guys have set up? Like there's the metaphysical group, there's the first response team, the unschooling, schooling group, and the medical response group. Like do other mothers know about these and like build on them in their areas as well?
You want to touch on that one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey again, Emma.
Hey. Yeah, so I'll just put my thing on there. Hey little one. So so why it goes on there. I'll leave it like that. So we kind of feel that every family is free to do whatever works for them. We will obviously we're probably all in the same predicament, so much of our needs will be the same in this situation. We're all here in Australia and we all know what's happening. So yeah, you're right, Mandy. I probably should just mention it that as a family up here in this area that we've been working in, we've been putting together a kind of a medical support team, so that in the situation where, obviously I hope that Katrina's right, that things will right themselves, and I know that, Dan's going to do everything he can to make sure that happens. And we're really, really so appreciative for that. But, if, for example, things do get worse, we want to be prepared. So we've got, people who've bought nebulizers and other medical equipment. We've got first aid kits and just putting medicines aside, just in case, if you can't go to the hospital because if you don't get certain medical procedures, or just giving us peace of mind so that our community has somewhere to go if it's needed. Also we've got a gardening, we've got I'm just learning actually as a mother. I'm just kind of still learning, so I just learning to delegate. I was trying to do it myself, and then the other day I was like, I'm going to get someone else to do all the gardening stuff. So I got Joe to do everything, and now I just send everything, all the resources, all the the landscapers, the people with the seeds, everything. So we've got a team, and he's probably gonna take you as a role model, Maria, and see what he can do, what we can do here in Kuranda, because there's lots of little things going on around, but we want to step it up, really step up what's happening. So yeah, having a medical team, someone in charge of food, growing food, and then we've got a metaphysical group. So if someone needs to be, there's a specific event or a person who needs support, we can all focus our mind and intention on that and working as a group. Of course, as you all know, prayer and intentions become much more powerful because it becomes magnified. And also if people need emotional, spiritual support and guidance, there is a team there for that. And then we've got a first responder group. So, like people like Errol, for example, are going to be perfect for that with knowledge of common law and knowledge of the police force. And that's if someone needs help, they can call, and straight away there's a team there who can come. If you can't call the police for whatever reason, there's someone you can call. And just knowing that the community will be there to back you up I think that gives a lot of peace of mind to people. And with the schooling group is I started it at the beginning of this year, again, there's different people doing different things because there's so many people who've taken their kids out of school. It's kind of coming together, taking shape slowly. All right. Well, does anyone else want to say something regarding going forward, what they see as? Yes, Katrina.
I just wanted to say,
hey, sweetheart.
I just wanted to say that as far as the election goes and whether Dan gets in or one of the Freedom Party gets in or not, if a Freedom Party does get in, we may actually be in for a bumpier ride than we think, because there will be pushback, and it's not going to be. Please, shush. It's it may trigger things like there's a treaty that's supposed to get signed with the WHO, and if those things don't happen, like the powers that be want them to happen, then things could start happening rapidly. So it's so important, to be ready, even if it goes the way we want it to go, that may not be, that, we may not have like a smooth ride after that. It may accelerate things quite quickly.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Katrina. Thank you. Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, I was thinking, if the Freedom Parties win, it'll be smooth sailing, but you're absolutely right. What we have here is a marathon. Like nothing's going to be handed to us. And in a way, like we can't really blame ourselves. Like the people have let their guard down for so long. And it's kind of like we're just waking up to our, it's a duty to be alert in the face of evil and to maintain what's right. And we're just waking up to this. And you're right, they're not going to hand it to us. It's going to be a marathon. Yeah.
And the other thing that I wanted to say as well. Okay, that's enough. Just be quiet for a moment so I can talk. Is that I was reading a paper on psychology and people's level of happiness. And it was a serious shush just for a moment, okay. It measured people's level of happiness, and it gave everyone a level of happiness between a 1 and a 10, and through their lives and what happened with their level of happiness. He's gone. Depending on what happens during their life. And what they found was, Luca, please. What they found was that people's level of happiness kind of leveled off at a point, and everyone, would be on a different number, say, but when something really horrible happened, there'd be a bump, but it would go back to the same level of happiness. Or something really wonderful would happen and there would be a bump, and then it would go back, and when the stress came off, then they would return to that level of happiness. And I know that kind of sounds like, oh well, that doesn't really give you much hope, but it actually made me feel really calm about things, because I know that generally I'm quite a happy person, and there has been bumps, but it's been true for me. Like I've kind of maintained a happiness level, and I know that even if things get really, really awful, like just bad, like concentration camp bad, that, yeah, there'll be a bump, but when the stress comes off, we'll go back to where we were. And that kind of, it's a bit freeing, I guess. So you can kind of let go of a little bit of the fear that it's going to wreck your, like everything's going to wreck your life, because it might wreck it for, you know, a month or maybe 6 months, but eventually your emotions will level out and you'll deal with it and you'll be okay. So it's just something I think about.
Thanks, Katrina.
I want to share.
You're so right. Developing that like, you're very resilient, you know, and you're always happy and you're always so creative, and you know, yeah, and having that inner resilience that's an opportunity this time is giving us, is to cultivate that, and that is worth. I mean, it's priceless, you know, like it's the most important thing that we can cultivate within ourselves, whether or not we believe, you know, our beliefs after death, facing all these fears and coming to the place where, you know, you can, you know, just ride the waves and know it'll be okay at the end. That is so good. Thanks, Katrina. Thank you. Thank you.
Emma, I just wanted to say, I think it's really important that, you know, we do stay really positive at the moment, and that we really believe that everything's going to be okay, that no matter what happens, that we're going to come through it and everything was going to work out one way or another, and we'll be fine.
That's why you make an awesome mother, Mandy, because everyone loves you and trusts you, and you just, you know, you feel really, make everyone feel really at ease.
Oh,
yeah,
thanks,
I think
Emma.
that's our role as well, is to bring that love and whatever's happening, to be that center of peace, you know, of where, you know, you know, everyone comes and you know it'll be all right. Yeah.
And also have your inner calm as well, knowing that it's, you know, you'll be okay, whatever's going on.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
This is great what you guys have organised and what you've done.
You know how you get inspired by other people and other things, and it all comes together. So it's like this, I feel like the Human Family Project, it belongs to the earth. It's like it's just coming through us. It's not really, it doesn't really belong to anyone.
But it was a great idea.
It's awesome. Yeah, Al had the inspiration. So
I think it's really good. And at this time in our lives, I think, you know, this is really important for everybody.
It's really important. Yeah. This is what's going to carry us through no matter what happens. Yeah.
That's right. Everybody being there for each other.
Yeah. Karen, did you want to say something?
Yeah. I've got two things to talk about. One I was going to talk about, but as this conversation's evolved, so I work in a lot of metaphysical groups and earth energies, and within the group, so I wanted to offer this as a positive. There's a lot of people who work, and you know, I don't know where everyone's belief systems are, and so I won't go too far, but the cosmology is changing in a way that is really positive. We are on the divine ascension timeline. However, there may be an and it's happening, it's done. Strong faith, we're in it, but as it plays out, there may be a little bit of acceleration of the hit back, and that's what we need to be really ready for, and we're to support each other in that. But as everyone said, we're going to pull through this, and it's already all kind of aligning. And you know, I have so much faith and so many confirmations and affirmations from groups with various ways of being in the world or being in the galaxy. So that I just want to offer that we're going to be okay. The planet's going to be okay. We're going to be okay. And if there is a bit of an acceleration in the hit back, we just need to be ready, you know, after the election or whenever that might be. And I think it's partly a bit of a desperation because this thing is happening. What I wanted to talk about for me and this group was, and why I really want to be a part of these meetings is, I don't know if people followed what's happened in Tasmania. It's kind of interesting that we got literally called back to Tasmania. It's quite, apparently only 850 people here are not jabbed in the whole of Tasmania, which is like a lie, because I can't know all of them, and I must. There is a level of compliance and complacency here, and I can see that doing something like this will be difficult. I mean, people don't see any urgency here to join groups like this, and so I'm going to do it kind of alone to be ready for them when they are ready. So this group is really important to me. I don't have a medical team. I have access to knowing some of those things. So I just wanted to say, I want to be ready to support my community when they realise what they need, and because and our place is a centre. We know we're on the right place, in the right farm, in the centre of a particular community. And so I'm just so grateful to have found this group, because I think there are a lot of us, we're a little bit individual, but we know we're going to be needed as mothers. So that's where I'm sort of sitting with that at the moment. Yeah.
Thank you, Karen. That's so amazing that you're doing that. Yeah, your community is very blessed to have you amongst them. Yeah.
I will say one thing I'm doing, because we haven't been back here long, and we've got a new community. I'm working with the things I know people understand, and so one of the things I've done is start a crop swap gathering at my property for the locals, because people understand that, and I think, well, I'm not being manipulative. It's a way to start bringing people together in a way that they understand and forming connections. And
sorry, what did you say it is on your property?
A crop.
Crop swap. So you come and exchange crops.
Yeah, produce.
That's awesome.
I've got rosemary and she's got potatoes, and they've got, I don't know, a spare blender that they want to give away, anything to do with food.
Yeah, that's brilliant, because it's a way for everyone to meet each other and spend time together, and there's a reason to come. It's not like just a meeting. There's a reason for everyone to come together and get to know who's got what and where everyone lives. It's really good.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
That's a great idea. I love that. Yeah, we've been thinking of setting something up like that here in Kuranda as well. I was thinking actually of having an app, where people can
There is a national group that will help you, Facebook, that will help you do that, and they're happy for you to kind of use their words, their language, and it's anything to do with food. It can be worms from your worm farm, because otherwise people feel pressured if they're not growing anything. It can be empty egg cartons.
Yeah. Anything that means you're creating something in your own property, whatever it is. What's the name of the group, if you don't mind me asking?
This is the Channel and Surrounds Crop Swap on Facebook. I'll put it in the chat.
Okay, thank you. So it's Channel and Surrounds Crop Swap.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, we've had a few people planning to have a monk. Yeah, sorry, Jane.
There actually is a Facebook group up here. I think it's called Tablelands Food Swap or something.
Okay.
Because I'm in it.
Okay.
It's a little bit broad because it's going from Mount Garnet to Dimbula.
Yeah.
It probably would work a lot better if it was in a smaller area. But yeah, there's certainly one in our area at the moment. I think there's about 270 members.
Okay. Oh, that's really good to know. I must join that one. Yeah, like Karen said, it's a really kind of unobtrusive way of making connections and starting to see where everyone's at and knowing people in the community. Yeah. Thanks, Jane. Thank you. Did anyone want to say anything else?
Well, I think it's time.
Okay. Yeah. Okay then. Yeah. Well, I said before, if we go till about 8 o'clock, that would be perfect. So I love you. I love all of you guys. And thank you so much for coming on this evening. And I feel privileged to be in this group of wonderful souls. And there's no coincidences, so this was meant to be. And it's all for the best. It's all for the best.
Thank you, Emma. Thanks, Ellen.
Thanks, Emma.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.